It works right away. And there we are. I am live. This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock, Mickey Coleman. Happy Sunday to everybody, and welcome to the Sports Dr. Spock. And this week, we're going to speak a little bit about the government shutdown and how it might affected people. Some people say, left in my comment section, that they weren't affected. They were very fortunate, but we're going to talk about how it did affect a lot of us in the country, and we're also going to speak a little bit on Cade Cunningham's new Nike deal and what Gilbert Arenas had to say about it. But first, we're going to get into the longest shutdown in U.S. history. So let's get into this video right now. In the middle of the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, let's get into this video right now. And let's talk about who's affected and if we have any solutions to the long shutdown.
Imagine waking up one morning to find your government partially closed. That became the reality for millions of Americans as the nation plunged into its longest ever government shutdown. For 43 long days, a political standoff in Washington, D.C. left critical federal agencies unfunded and unable to operate. The lights went out, services ground to a halt, the paychecks stopped coming for hundreds of thousands of public servants. This wasn't just a headline from the Capitol. It was a crisis that reached into homes and communities across the entire country, creating uncertainty. The first and most immediate victims of the shutdown were the federal employees themselves. The first and most immediate victims of the shutdown were the federal employees themselves. The numbers are staggering. Roughly 900,000 workers were furloughed. They were sent home without pay. Yes, a lot of government workers, TSA, also air traffic controllers, which is a very important job. Relatively young people do air traffic control because they want you to be young to do it, and they make decent money, $100,000 a year. As a matter of fact, air traffic controllers make to make sure that we get off the ground in our airplanes safely, and a lot of them were going a long time without any money, but they, you know, just in time for the holidays, open the government back up. Let's finish the video. They were sent home without pay. An additional 2 million essential. Everybody wasn't sent home though. Law enforcement. Some people had to work. Many were required to. Or some people had to come to work and still not get paid, which is ass. It's totally like I go to work every day, and in 2 weeks I would expect to get money, or I'm not going to be really trying to be there. I'll go on stress leave. So I feel bad for people. Not only for people who were told to go home, but people who actually have. I'm going to tell you this. I absolutely, even though I like the money I make, hate my fucking job. I hate it. Hate it, 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 hate it. It's dog shit. Grateful for it, but I really have a dog shit job. But if they tell me I gotta wait for my money, I'm going on stress leave. Because that's the only reason why I'm there. Is because they give me money and they give me quite a bit of it. It's the only reason why I'm there. It's not my passion. I don't give a fuck about when I go there, about who's sleeping with who's getting a promotion. I don't give a fuck about that. I just want my money to be straight. I don't give a fuck who's doing whose job, and I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about nothing there but my money. So for somebody like me to have to go without it will be, it'll be something else. It will be something all the way fucked up if I have to go without my money with my shitty ass job. Woo wee. I'll be in there clowning. Shit wouldn't get done. All the extra work they give me, I would be bringing back. Yeah, all that shit. Nope.
Not for free. Not that ass job.
Continue working but receive no paycheck. These were not abstract statistics. They were individuals with mortgages, car payments, grocery bills, and families to support for over a. And hopefully, some of the landlords, or even some of these banks or whoever understand that these people are employed, they just haven't gotten paid yet. Month, their primary source of income simply vanished. It was replaced by a growing cloud of anxiety and financial distress. The stories that emerged painted a heartbreaking picture. Federal workers from all walks of life found themselves in desperate situations, forced to dip into life savings, rack up credit card debt, make impossible choices between paying for rent and buying medicine. The impact of the shutdown extended far beyond the federal workforce, sending ripples of disruption.
I say get your medicine. You can find another place to stay.
The travel industry was one of the first.
If they can't wait for you to get paid and you're employed,
without pay. Air traffic controllers
let them evict you.
Could you imagine being an air traffic controller? And a lot of air traffic controllers make six figures. All of a sudden, that's gone. Or a TSA worker who doesn't quite make six figures. They actually, I think, should be making more than what they make. They don't make a whole hell of a lot of money. But could you imagine? You know, your job is so important to the travels. You're in charge of people traveling safely, and you're not being compensated for that. That's unbelievable to me. Or you're being told to wait for your money. That's unbelievable to me. Like I said on one of my videos, if I'm a TSA worker, everybody just coming through like, yeah, you good. FAA staffing reduced. The nation's air travel system began to buckle. The FAA mandated flight reductions. Airlines like American cut hundreds of flights. Chaos at airports. With Thanksgiving approaching, what's still now peak travel time for millions. The threat to vital social programs created widespread alarm. The U.S. Department of Agriculture posted a stark notice online. It warned that SNAP benefits would not be issued if the shutdown continued. SNAP is a lifeline for about 42 million low-income Americans, children, seniors, people with disabilities, families forced to choose between paying bills and buying food. See, and a lot of y'all find your government partially closed. A lot of y'all were pretty upset because you felt like it was just people or single mothers or whatever that were suffering, that were not getting their SNAP benefits. I'm sorry, I had to go a little bit forward in the video, make sure we did not watch anything we haven't watched before because I messed up trying to pause it because I am a moron. I'll be messing up. Okay, this is where we were talking about the SNAP benefits, but as my AI friend shared, it's not just single mothers. There are older people with disabilities that depended on those SNAP benefits. I mean, this is just money just for people to eat. And they were missing out on that because of a government shutdown. And luckily that the government is opened up right now temporarily. But if they can't come on an agreement in January, they might shut right back down. They just opened up right now because it's the holidays. And
yeah, that's what I said before. The only reason why they opened it right now is because they will miss out. A lot of people will miss out on a lot of holiday money. So not to kill the economy completely, they're paying the government workers right now, and they're letting people have their SNAP benefits because some of the people who get SNAP benefits get cash. And this is around the time of year where people spend a lot of money. So of course they're going to open the government up right now temporarily so that money can be spent.
Opened up right now because it's the holidays, and this is a good chance for them to recoup some of that money that they're giving away. You spend a bunch of money on food for the holidays, and that stuff goes right back into the economy. So a lot of businesses get fat during this time of year. And some of the people who use SNAP benefits are some of the main customers of some of the companies to make an overabundance of money during this time of year. Capitalism.
For about 42 million low-income Americans, children, seniors, people with disabilities, families forced to choose between paying bills and buying food. At its core, the longest history was not about budgets in the abstract. It was
especially if you're going to get money eventually. Let's get some food.
Of enhanced subsidies for ACA marketplace plans. These subsidies, meant to make coverage affordable, were set to expire. Democrats insisted any funding bill must continue them, arguing expiration would cause healthcare costs to soar for billions. They called it a moral imperative to protect people from.
And see, they were right because everybody's healthcare benefits are going way up. And that's what basically the government shutdown is about. They can't come to terms on how they want to handle the Affordable Care Act or if they want to go with something else. They want to shut down a government Affordable Health Care Act with nothing really to replace it with, I guess. Or maybe the Democrats don't like what the Republicans have proposed for them to change it with, but they don't really like the Affordable Care Act, aka Obamacare. And cutting that off, which they are, which is being done, is making everybody's premiums skyrocket right now. It's barely affordable if you have a family to insure them.
Unaffordable bills. Republicans largely opposed extending the subsidies. Their stance came from long-standing opposition to the ACA and promises to repeal and replace it. They said the subsidies were fiscally irresponsible and an unsustainable expansion of government spending. The House passed a temporary funding bill that kept the government open, allowed the subsidies to expire. That set up a confrontation with Senate Democrats. As the shutdown dragged into its second month, the immense public pressure began to expose fractures within both political parties. The unified fronts that had defined the initial days of the standoff started to crumble, especially among Democrats in the Senate. Schumer remained steadfast in opposing any funding bill that did not address the healthcare crisis. A growing number of his colleagues were anxious about the shutdown's escalating impact. Senators from more moderate states felt the pressure. Constituents called and pleaded, federal workers and families suffering. Internal dissent came to a head. A handful of Democratic senators broke ranks and signaled willingness to vote with Republicans to end the shutdown without guaranteed healthcare subsidies. Their motivation, the pain on federal workers.
See, they just said exactly what I just told you. They agreed to open the government up, even though they still are arguing about what had the government shut down anyway. But hopefully in January, because it's only going to be open if they don't have nothing on the table that they can agree with by the mid-January. Government might shut right back down. Hopefully not. But we'll see.
Suffering. They argued the shutdown was doing more harm than good. They said the healthcare fight should continue through other legislative means. The split left Schumer in a difficult position, caught between his progressive base and the pragmatic concerns of his caucus. The final vote laid divisions bare. The House passed the Republican-backed funding bill 222-209. With President Trump's signature on the bill, the 43-day government shutdown officially ended. Federal agencies began the slow and difficult process of reopening. The immediate effect was a wave of relief for the nearly 3 million federal workers who could finally expect to receive their back pay. However, the legislation that ended the crisis was only a temporary fix, a stopgap measure that funded the government until the end of January. The fundamental disagreement over healthcare subsidies was not resolved. It was merely postponed. The clock was once again ticking, setting the stage for another potential showdown in just a few short weeks. Experts and political analysts outlined several possible scenarios for what could happen next. A government shutdown is far more than a a political news story, a disagreement between lawmakers in Washington. It is a fundamental failure of governance with profound and personal consequences for millions. When the government cannot perform its most basic function, funding its own operations, the citizens pay the price.
Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you should be very upset with your party, whoever you vote for, about the government shutdown because they failed you. Whenever the government shut down over something like health care or whatever, or any other disagreement that Democrats and Republicans should have, y'all should be very upset with both parties and not just pointing a finger at the one that you don't vote for, because it's both of their faults.
The 43-day shutdown was a stark illustration of this truth. It revealed how interconnected our society is and how dependent we are on steady, reliable public services we often take for granted until they're suddenly gone. This shutdown was a test of our nation's priorities.
Test of our nation's priorities, but it happened again at the end of January because it was all over the Affordable Care Act, which is set to expire. And I guess the Republicans want something different here. Of course, it was a Democratic bill, so they want to keep it the same.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, everybody's health benefits are going up and skyrocketing. It's going to be a lot to maintain health insurance for me and my child. And we're going to have to pay a lot of money in the meantime, but we need the health insurance. Especially me because, I got that blood pressure.
I do. Got that blood pressure.
And I need my medicine every month. Mm-hmm. Need to be trying to work out and get off of that.
I do. Because blood pressure medicine ain't no good for you. No better than to really be taking that shit anyway.
To be honest, the government shutdown for now is over, and I'm glad people are coming back to work. Air traffic controllers, like I said before, will make a lot of money, won't get paid. Some people coming to work, which delay honest travel around the U.S. Which halted a lot of things that it's time for them to come back to work. It's the holiday season, so they postponed the shutdown until now. But hopefully they can come up with some type of agreement.
Yeah, as I said before. But yeah, hopefully they will come up with some type of agreement. But we're going to talk a little bit about something a little more fun. We're going to talk about a little bit about sports, since I am the sports Dr. Spock. My man, Cade Cunningham, Detroit Pistons fourth-year guard, the former number one overall pick in the 2021 draft, has inked a 6-year deal with Nike. And next year we'll have his own signature shoe. I saw the logo that Cade has, and it's dope. It's incredible. You can see it with the interview he has on with Kevin Durant. So we're going to get into that right now. We're going to get into what another former NBA All-Star had to say about it, as Gilbert Arenas had a warning for the Detroit Pistons fans about Cade Cunningham and Nike. So let's get into this video right now. Come on, Gilbert.
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy, the Sports Doctor.
Get on in here, nigga. Did I say nigga on TikTok?
Today, we're going to talk a little bit about
Negro.
Some pretty interesting things to say about Cade. Congratulations, by the way. Brand new 6-year Nike deal. Cade will be the 6th athlete to have his own signature shoe. But this is what Gilbert Arenas has to say about it. Let's go.
That's Nick Young talking to, and Kenyon Martin.
Signature shoe.
And the moderator that they have. I'm sorry. I don't know his name, and I watched the show. Oh. It is. It's a great Great podcast. It's one of my favorites.
Is that a good thing? Like Kay had the same shot like that. Is he talking like that? That's well. Okay. People are gonna hate that I'm gonna say it. I'm not really Pistons fan.
Mm-hmm.
You should be a little bit, because it is not. It's not poor, right? This ain't anti. Nike is the sponsor of the NBA. Nike has its own agenda, right? And I'm pretty sure Kane saying that Detroit ain't part of their agenda if they sense that this is our guard. Remember, he is a guard. He is their young guard. Ja was the one. He is their guard. And they're gonna want to mass produce his shoes and move them units and do that. So you can't you want Cade to win championships and all that and kind of stay there because it offsets everything. But when they start losing and stuff, you see, Gilbert is very honest with his opinions.
Yeah, see, that's why I didn't really get mad when Gilbert said that, because Gilbert will give you an honest reaction to everything. And he's been around the NBA a long time now, more than 20 years. So he really understands how the league works. And he also has had shoe deals because at one time he was a star player on a playoff team. Gilbert was very good for a few years. So he understands how some of this stuff works. And he understands also the business of basketball and endorsements as far as shoe apparel or whatever. So he just gave an honest take. And he understands how powerful Nike is as well.
He backs him up with facts, whether you with him or not. But my thing is, Cade has pretty much became and loves Detroit culture.
Mm-hmm.
I know millions of dollars is being thrown around, and you might have to do what you have to do if they start losing again. But I think but I don't see it happening. I believe one day he will, as far as where the team is going. His trajectory,
Trajectory is easy for me to say.
I believe he's going to be an MVP candidate this year and maybe win an MVP because he just keeps getting better and he's only 23 years old. And also, he's already been through a lot of losing years.
And as far as Cade go, they're already talking about him being a starting point guard for the Olympic team in 2028 in Los Angeles. And that would be great. That would be a good look for Detroit, especially since, they kind of robbed our boy Isaiah being on the Olympic team, and he was better than about half of the players that were already on there. But that I ain't going to get into that just because y'all going to make me upset in here. Go ahead, Gilbert.
He was on the team with the most losses in NBA history. Mm-hmm. 2 years ago, they only won 14 games.
That's right. 2 years ago, they only won 14 games. It is November, what is it, the 21st or 2nd? Somebody in the background, Michaela, IT, what's today's date?
23rd, I think.
I don't think it's the 22nd. The 22nd. Thank you, IT.
The 23rd.
The 23rd. Thank you. I got people in the background working. They're doing their thing. No, they didn't know. We can't hear y'all. People in the background working so they can help me out because I had no clue what the date is, I guess. It's November 23rd. They've won 14 games so far this year. They've already won 14 games, including being on a 12-game winning streak as of last night. And Cade Cunningham is a big part of it, just off of his leadership. Not even talking about his play, because during that 12-game winning streak, Cade didn't play in 3 or 4 of them games. But he was still there. He was still on the bench, cheering his guys on, coaching his guys up. Cade is like a talented coach on the floor.
He had an amazing turnaround last year, winning 46 or 7 games, something like that, and being this 5th seed in the playoffs after losing in 6 to the New York Knicks with an unhealthy James Ivey. They didn't have Isaiah Stewart either.
Yep.
They both would have helped. So he's already been through a lot of losing here, and he's not going to really want to leave. But what Gilbert is, I believe that Cade loves it here. That Nike might push him in a different direction if they start losing. But the thing is, I believe, because I'm from Detroit, I really believe our fashion is the heartbeat of the United States. I believe Detroit and its blue collar attitude and the realness of this city draws people in.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that this is the perfect place for him and Nike to build on a beautiful franchise with his signature shoe. So that's why I disagree with Gilbert on, even though I believe he just made some good points.
That's what I'm saying. As long as he's winning championships in Detroit and winning at a high level, Nike is cool with him staying there.
I believe he'll win one. I believe that might be all he have to win. And Nike will be satisfied with that because we're all going to be buying his shoe. And his logo is kind of dope. I can't wait to see his shoes. I'll be the first one in line to get me a pair of them Cade Cunningham.
Okay. When they start having down years, they're going to move that product to a big company because his name, his shoe will much. Like, so we already know right now he's on the Olympic team that's going to be in Los Angeles. Yeah.
My thing is, I don't believe that they're going to have down years because when you have a player like that, that's that dynamic, and we have him on contract for another 4 years, other great players will want to play with him. One, because he makes it easier for everybody else. You get open, guess what he giving you? The ball. He commands double teams, just bringing the ball up. I mean, they pressing this dude from half court on. So another superstar, just say it's just another flat out scorer. Love to play with him because he's the one creating the double team. So I don't know. As long as he's here and he's playing at a high level, I don't see this team being in the basement like that or having down years. This is going to be a playoff team for as long as Cade is here, I believe, and it'll be a playoff team as long as he plays at a high level because of the type of player he is.
Right? That's Nike's plan. Right? So it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like, you just got to be weary of it because of the city they're in. And
well, I already made points about the city. The city we're the heartbeat of the United States, I believe. Detroit is. I've been all over the country. There's no place like this place. There's no place like this place. I would only really want to live in one other city besides Detroit. And I've been all over this country. And there's only one other city, and that's because it's more of a party town. And even at my advanced age, I like the party atmosphere like Las Vegas has. But that's it.
I do. I love the party atmosphere of Las Vegas. I still like to go out there and get shit faced and wake up next to a stranger once in a while. But there's no place like home.
That's it. I don't want to really live nowhere else but here. And Cade is from somewhere else, and he's from one climate. He still came up here and has been embraced by the culture up here, and we've embraced him as well.
Can I say shit face on Tupac? On TikTok?
Championships that Nike will be best served to have it here in Detroit because I believe we will support him.
They ain't took me down yet.
The world will support
I'm live on
just because
TikTok
of the
too.
type of person Cade is. Cade is a good dude, a good, real young man. If you ever met him, I've met him a couple times. I've met him one time before the season. He was already got drafted here, but it was during that summer. I met him one time, and he was very nice, very polite, as I was, to him. I just wanted to say hello and welcome to him, and he was very nice to me. That's all it was. But I believe that he's embraced his culture. He'll be fine staying here because that team is on a trajectory up. Now, as far as if they start losing again, any player that's competitive will want to leave a losing situation, whether they be with Nike or not.
Yeah.
So
that Nike deal, I think if they start losing again, that Nike deal won't have anything to do with whether he stays or not. He just want to go to a better run organization himself if that happens. Because if they start losing because they're not putting the right players around him, that's on management. So he should want to get the hell out of here and go to a better run organization. I would understand that. I would get it. Okay. And a lot of the smart fans would get it. Shit, they run like the Tigers right now had the best pitcher in baseball, Tarek Skubal. They're tens of millions of dollars apart in contract negotiations. I believe they're close to $100 million apart in contract negotiations. So he ain't staying. And I feel him. I understand. If you could go somewhere else and make another $100 million, move. For $100 million, I would move to Siberia. I would. I would. For $100 million, peace out. I get it. But I don't think that will have anything to do with the Nike deal.
We covered real bad years like we had 2 years ago. He'll want to leave anyway, but I don't believe that will have nothing to do with the Nike deal.
That is a fake. That's a at 23, he is their young father. So he'd be 6, active, he'd be a player, have a signature shoe deal with us. So young gangs, they got like who's a guard? So you got LeBron, KD, John, Devin Booker. Hold on,
There's those 3 guards.
You got LeBron, KD out, Kenny, going out, John, Devin Booker. Devin Booker kind of old, and Jan are the other 5. So the only guards is what? John, and small market. Think about it. Both of them small market. So now you got the Kane's the only one that's winning right now. So.
Oh, that's true. Because John at one time was winning, and now John secretly made one out of Memphis from reports a couple weeks ago. I don't know if they fixed anything up in here. This right now is struggling. And John has had his own off-court struggle, so they might be looking more at Katie as the future as far as the guards of Nike, as far as the Nike brand goes. But let me know what y'all think about this video. Like, share, subscribe, and leave comments in the comment section. Let's have a discussion about this. This is your boy, the Sports Doctor Spike, making comment. And I am all for now. For those of you who are looking for my Saturday morning wrestling series, it's on my new channel. All that's going on my new channel, Big Come. Until later, I am Paul. Peace out.
Yes. I do have a new professional wrestling channel. Simply Mick, M-I-C-K, The Mark. 3 different words, M-A-R-K. Very simple. Mick the Mark. If you're a professional wrestling fan, I get good views on TikTok, even on my professional wrestling shorts. So if you want an all wrestling channel, it's already there for you. Mick the Mark. It's been up for about 2 weeks. I don't really advertise it. It's got 5 subscribers, and I already got 2 shorts that have close to 1,000 views on it. My very first short had almost 1,000 views on there. So I am happy with the progress of that channel because I don't really talk about it that much. But my pro wrestling channel, that's probably gonna be my baby because it's unlike my other channels, it's not so all over the place. It's just focusing on one thing. So join Mick the Mark. If you go to my YouTube that I'm live on right now, I'll probably leave a description of that or a link to that in the description box there where you guys can find it as soon as I end this live, which is going to be pretty much right now. So hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm going to watch my Lions in a couple hours. I might go see a family member today. I'll be happy to see them. But, hopefully you guys enjoy your Sunday. This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock, and I am gone for now. Peace.